You know, it was about 14 hours ago that I sat here in this very seat and I said, what the F was that? And now I'm back. Different team, same feeling. What did I just watch? The Eagles blow a 14-point lead and look like they don't know how to play football for an hour and a half. How? How did it happen? There was nothing good that came from the second half of that game. Um, I don't even know where to begin, really. You finally have an offense that is putting together what we have wanted to see, meaning A.J. Brown's involved, Devontae Smith's involved, Dallas Goedert's involved, Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball around quite a bit. He's mixing everybody in. It looks great. You have crossing patterns. I never thought they could do it, but you have crossing patterns. You're utilizing the RPO well. And on top of it, your defense looks good. You win the turnover battle 2-0. You're getting key stops. I was singing the praises of Vic Fangio after the first half. Because not once but twice did the Eagles knock the Broncos out of field goal range. Incredible, forcing them to punt. And then it all came crashing down. Let me just make this clear. I'm not mad they lost. Because as I said many times, they were going to lose a game. I'm not going to overreact to it. Meaning I'm not going to sit there and go, season's over. Oh my God, it's like 2 years ago and blah, blah, blah. They're still going to win the division. They'll still be one of the premier teams in the NFC. I'm not worried about them in that sense. I'm mad of how they lost this game. I'm mad that you had this game and you gave it away. And the big moment that I think of isn't actually the long bomb to A.J. Brown where he kind of stopped running and Jalen Hurts double clutched. No, it's not that. It's not the many penalties that they had. It's not even that, no. It's not giving up the 2-point conversion, which ballsy move by Sean Payton because it paid off and then some. No, not that. It's the fact that Landon Dickerson went down again. And I've complained before that you just can't count on the guy. And it's not like he wants to go down with an injury. And this isn't even about him necessarily. But the entire offensive line forgot how to block when one guy went down. Tyler Steen looked horrible. And now we have more Brett Toth. They got to do something because the depth there clearly is not there. They clearly don't have the offensive line depth they've had in the past. Tyler Steen looks lost. But on top of it, in the second half, what you had was so many opportunities that were squandered by dumb, inexcusable penalties. And that has to go to coaching, I guess, but it's veteran players too. It's Saquon, it's Zach Bond. Yeah, they had two opportunities to get off the field or extend drives. 4th and 4, Jalen makes a beautiful throw to Jahan Dotson. It's taken back because Saquon Barkley didn't get set. Inexcusable. They're stopping the Broncos, and a great open field play by Andrew Makuba. It's going to hold the Broncos to a field goal. It's going to give you probably 2.5 minutes left. What happens? Zach Bond comes flying in out of nowhere to elbow a guy in the head. The defensive player of the week last week, Quinyon Mitchell, probably had his worst performance of his career and was sunned by by Cortland Sutton over and over and over again. The Eagles got themselves in this mess, and I don't necessarily think it was a situation where the Broncos won it. I feel more of like the Eagles gave it away. Because just like the Phillies, and it really is like just like the Phillies game. Just like the Phillies, it looks good. It looks good early on. Things are going well. Offense, back in the lineup's looking all right. And then the pitching's there. And they got complacent. That's what happened. It seems like they got complacent. They forgot how to protect. They started having dumb penalties all over the place. It got to the point where anytime they actually did have a positive yardage situation, they gained a decent amount of yards in a play, I went, where's the penalty? And then, look, we can sit here and blame the refs, and it should have been a pass interference call against Dallas Goedert because it was clear as day to everybody. And I've never forgiven the NFL for getting rid of the fact that you can no longer challenge pass interference calls. That's dumb. Because of moments like this. Because when a guy is literally draped all over your tight end and he's grabbing at his shoulder pads to stop him from catching the ball, and you don't have a way of correcting that mistake when you clearly miss it, that changes the complexity of the game because it puts the Eagles now on the 2-yard line where they could have just done the push to get in. When you take that away, it hurts the league. But let me also make it clear, the Eagles should have never been in that situation to begin with. I'm not necessarily blaming the refs. That one call, horrendous. It was bad. The call of, the intentional grounding call that was then taken away when no one's in the vicinity of the pass. That was literally just a Hail Mary. I got to get rid of it because if I don't, I'm going to be sacked for a minus 20 yard. That, horrendous. The refs weren't good, but neither were the Eagles. And that is on coaching. And I've hated Nick Sirianni for a while now, and people always act like I'm cross-eyed when I say it. But what we saw today was coaching. Now, let me be fair. What we saw against the Rams when they came back, when it was the opposite, that's also coaching. I'm not worried about this team at all. But this game, after what I witnessed with the Phillies less than 24 hours ago, didn't need it for my mental health. Did not need it at all. Because I just watched the Eagles watch the Phillies and go, we can do that. That looks easy. Okay, so we're going to get a lead, right? Okay, we're going to make everybody think we're in the bag. Okay, and then we're going to blow it. We finally got a good performance from A.J. Brown, from Devontae Smith, from the passing game, and that's what we get. That's the result that we get. I don't know what is going on with Saquon Barkley to get 9 touches. 9 touches. Because it seemed like the entire offensive game plan was, okay, they think we can't pass it. Well, we're gonna nonstop pass it. But that's inexcusable. You have a guy that had 2,000 rushing yards last year, and I don't know how many he has this year, but it ain't a lot. It's probably 300-ish, if I had to guess, because he hasn't come close to a 100-yard game this season. He had his longest rush of the season with 17 yards, and I don't think it's a situation where all of a sudden he forgot how to play football. I think it's the fact that you let Mekhi Becton go, you're seeing the impact in Tyler Steen, and when Landon Dickerson goes out, everybody goes, well, what do we do? I mean, there was that one play, it was the third down play, where Tyler Steen blocked nobody. Literally, he's like, I'm supposed to have a guy, I don't know where he is. Fix it. Look, you drafted the kid in the 3rd round. You moved on from Mekhi Becton, who, by the way, didn't get a lot of money from the Chargers. But you moved on from him because you thought you had the Steen kid. And through 5 weeks, he's looked dreadful. He ain't it. He ain't cutting it. There's only so much that the miracle worker, Jeff Stoutland, can do. And apparently his powers were used up because Tyler Steen ain't it. And when I look at the mistakes of the Eagles, it's really twofold. It's the fact that they could not protect when it came time to protect, and the fact that the dumb penalties that they had really cost them this game. I can live with missed plays. I can live with, and when the Broncos scored their first touchdown, I went like, I don't think anyone thought it was going to be a 17-3 game. Like, this is fine. And I felt good about the Eagles' chances until the Zach Bond play. Until that dumb penalty that he took, I went, they're not winning this game because they clearly don't want to win the game. They're continually getting in the way of winning this game. It is infuriating. Again, not worried about the season in the slightest. I expect to be sitting here in late January talking about the Birds' upcoming game. It's the way you lost this game, which is inexcusable. Because that's a joke. What we all witnessed today, the dumb penalties, the lack of protection, and you just hope that they can take it and learn from it. You hope that they sit there and they go, we let one get away. We had this game. We've been in a similar situation before. We should have known better. Let's learn from it. Because that's the only thing you can take away from it, is learning from these dumb mistakes. There is no excuse that I want to hear. None. I don't want to hear about a fake beef rivalry between the wide receiver and the quarterback. None of it. Just bury the tape. I'm going to go because my 2-year-old just woke up. Go Birds. Go Phillies.